Hello, everybody. It's Chicks with Picks, and we're heading close to the All-Star break in this scintillating NBA season. As always, we are joined by V-Ron, the champion of Larry Lakeington. Do we have a photo of our good boy Larry here?
I do have Larry.
There's Larry. This is going to be incredible. I know it.
Yes.
Every week, Larry gets better and better.
He really does.
We love Larry.
Here he is.
Oh, it's hanging in the Louvre. Hanging in the Louvre. Truly.
Beautiful blonde Fabio locks just get me every time.
Right? He just wants to dribble that ball.
Yes, he does.
Dribble, or does he just drip?
Good point.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, there's Larry again. Larry Lakeington.
He looks like that guy with the big nose that didn't talk
who are lost, we are coping. This is called coping. We're pretending that we don't know what happened in the Super Bowl and we don't care about football. Because, boy, howdy, that was rough. It was rough.
Yeah, Larry had a tough go.
No, Larry's doing great, and playing the role of Kayla, resident Patriot hater, is Christina, which is hilarious, but also incorrect because mid-season I took the Seahawks. They were my team. I was a 12.
At some point during the season, you took most of the teams, so
Also true.
It's like you hedged your bets the whole way through. Like the only people you didn't pick were the Dolphins.
I would never pick the Dolphins.
They're Seahawks since day one. Since day one. Since day week one of the pod.
Day one.
He was 1992.
But Super Bowl sucked. It was what I love more than anything else in this world is people screaming, "Oh, this shit's rigged!" Blah, blah. The NFL would never have rigged the game to be 12-0 in the middle of the third quarter.
It was so boring.
Right, exactly. If the NFL was going to rig shit, it would have been touchdowns and excitement and dynamic. Like when the Patriots lost to the Eagles and the final score was like 35-31 or whatever, they were playing pinball. That was the NFL rigging shit because that was a fun game. This was just, God damn it!
If they were going to rig it so that the defense decided the game, they would have at least had the defense score 3 or 4 times. They didn't.
They got one. They got one late in garbage time, but that was about it.
Yeah, just to rocket up the wow factor. But other than that, Bad Bunny was the most exciting thing about the whole Super Bowl.
I kind of liked the grass. Once I noticed there were people in there, I was like, "Wait, grass."
I think I said this to Scarlett, but somebody pretty much, I think it was like the day after last year's Super Bowl, posted, "All you motherfuckers mad about Kendrick being the halftime show. Next year, I hope it's Bad Bunny and he does the whole set in Spanish." And then, like 4 months later, when Bad Bunny was announced as the performer, people were like posting like the "Lisan al Ghalib" and like all the other memes about how he was the prophet who knew, who saw the future and understood what was going on.
And then they're posting all that stuff, and then they're like the alternative was "bawa ta bawa bang bang ippa dippa doo bob."
Oh, what's so sad about that is it's just, oh my God, really? That was your counter was Kid Rock, a guy who hasn't been relevant in like 30 plus years.
Unless you're Lauren Boebert.
Yeah, it's rough. Just like if the culture war had somehow reversed and the Super Bowl halftime show was being performed by some variant Nazi
Lee
Taylor
Greenwood.
Swift or something, and the liberals were like, "Hey, everybody, here's a band from the 90s. I would have been like, "Ooh, that's rough." You could have gotten garbage, and I said like, "Ooh, that's rough." It's for me.
Even then, we wouldn't have picked somebody like Kid Rock. There's so many choices.
Well, the other thing that was so funny about they had nobody. That's the thing. They got nothing. Their impact on the culture in America is like just drained out so aggressively.
I mean, we would have had Flava Flav up there. Like, look out!
Oh my god!
I don't know. I don't know that. The thing is, I just don't know that anyone's willing to like. There was that moment for between when Trump won in 2024 and when he got sworn in, where like for 4 months it was like, oh shit, Trump's the man, and like Snoop Dogg was dapping him up, and everyone was like fucking in it to win it. And then over the course of this last year, it's just sort of been like everyone's like, that guy really sucks. And if you're in the arts and music industry, you should probably not associate with him anymore if you want to like keep your audience happy. I mean, and what's really funny is like the biggest star that they got right now that's MAGA is Nicki Minaj, and they could never play her songs on a halftime show.
She's not a U.S. citizen.
What'd you say?
She's not a U.S. citizen.
Oh yeah, that also would make it hilarious. But I saw
and her husband's a pedophile and her brother's a pedophile.
Yeah, but people were looking through like the Kid Rock lyric sheet, and he was talking about banging underage chicks and all that other good stuff, like the stuff that we're not supposed to be cool with anymore, kid. Mr. Kid Rock, if that's your real name, could you please not do that? But and I love that all these people were just throwing themselves on the fainting couch over Bad Bunny, and it's just, hey, sorry guys, you lost as aggressively as you could possibly lose. Nobody cared.
Like, the one senator was like, I've heard bad things about the lyrics, because none of them could manage to translate
understand the lyrics
or look them up even, right?
Well, people were looking them up and seeing the horrible things that were in like the original lyrics, and then people were like, yeah, he didn't say those things. Like in the halftime show, he did the G-rated Bad Bunny. Like,
yeah, you look at the translation. It's like, I had a girlfriend, I had 2 girlfriends, and then I didn't have any girlfriends, and then they got married. Well, that was the lyric.
Right, at the Super Bowl. I mean, his real lyrics are pretty raunchy, but again, he didn't say those things. Like Kendrick Lamar didn't even actually call Drake a pedophile at the half. He let the crowd say it. I mean, but it's people who do the halftime show are smart enough to know what they can and can't get away with. So they tailor
had an actual wedding.
Oh,
that was kind of cool.
The one thing I'm going to say is the moment I saw like those people like getting stage married, I was like, that's a real wedding. Like, I wish I need to like live stream myself like watching things, because people are like, no, Mike, there's no way you thought that. The moment I saw those people getting married, I'm like, that is a real wedding. It's going to come out after the bowl. They really just got married. That was not like theatrical. It was
a story. I heard that they invited him to their wedding, right? And then he's like, "Hey, come to the Super Bowl instead."
Right? How about you get married at my Super Bowl halftime show instead? Yeah. Yeah, like what an incredible thing.
Just my arm.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, honey, we have to put off our wedding for another 2 months so we can do it at the Super Bowl in front of 100 million people. With Bad Bunny and Lady Gaga handling the ceremony.
At least you don't have to hire a photographer, right? I mean,
nope.
That is true.
Just say DVR.
Can you imagine the reception? Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, like, it's really funny that we immediately veered from crummy game to Bad Bunny talk, because that's where we're at. I did want to attack the Patriots a little bit, because Drake May, you sucked. Offensive line, hideous. Will Campbell, you short-armed guard. I've always hated you.
People were making so much fun of him and his T-Rex arms after the game. It was
the great. I've probably made this joke about 15 times, but the tweet that always gets me is, after the Super Bowl, Will Campbell began sobbing uncontrollably, and then he sobbed even harder when his hands couldn't reach his eyes. So just like his tiny little arms can't even get to his face to wipe away the tears.
So the red shirt guy was there again.
Yeah. Oh no, he was a running back this time, not an offensive lineman. Last time it was an offensive lineman that was doing the red shirt thing, and also it didn't matter this time because the Seahawks are in blue, so it wasn't so weirdly treasonous. It was just there's the Patriot who's really aggressively into the red, so good for him being like very visible. But offensive line sucked, Drake sucked, and then the Patriots miracle a touchdown. Like fucking how the fuck that happened, I don't know.
2 throws.
Yeah, Drake starts chucking it and they get a couple.
And you're like, this is the game changer.
Right, this is the game, but starts
this
bombs.
is it.
The offensive line was obviously not protecting him, but I felt like he walked out there with the yips. You know,
they said it after the game. He got a pain-killing shot in his shoulder, so like he probably did have the yips. He was probably like, my shoulder's compromised. I know my offensive line's a sieve. We're fucked.
Yeah, it's like he was overthinking it because he didn't seem to be acting like Drake May.
Oh, he was rattled, and Seattle had every right to rattle him.
And then first time there, something that big.
Oh, it was Sam Darnold's first time, and he handled it fine. Like Tom Brady handled it fine his first time, so I'm not. No excuses. No excuses.
That's no also excuses. Tom Brady versus sweet
Mr. N. Michael May. Yeah, go back to your cookies. But no, what I was gonna say is they miracle this touchdown, and it's 19-6, and then they go for 1, and I'm just like, no, like this is fucking basic math. You go for 2, you get it, you're at 8. You get another touchdown, you go for 2, you get it again, you're at 16. Now you're only a field goal away. If you go for 1, you need 2 more touchdowns. And guess what? If you go for 2 and don't get it, you still need 2 touchdowns. You go for 2 in the spot 100 out of 100 times. And Vrabel and the Pats were like, okay, guys, we got a touchdown. Meaningless extra point that doesn't help us. Get out there and kick it, kid. And I was just, are your heads in the game? Have you this would be like playing at a table with like competent blackjack players, and then suddenly a guy's got a $2,000 bet on the table and he's staying on a 15 against an ace, and you're like, bro, what are you doing? And he's like, I got a feeling, bro. And the dealer's like 20.
Betting that the folks at Gatorade would have gone for 2.
Yes, it would have. Yes, it would have.
Gatorade would have absolutely gone.
Gatorade 100% goes
not
for 2.
Not a sponsor yet.
Oh. Well, that was unfortunately the sponsor there is Dos Equis because they have the Go for Dose campaign. So hey, Dos Equis, I don't drink alcohol. I don't care.
I don't have any.
I will loudly and proudly hold the Dos Equis in my hand if you sponsor us. 100%.
But,
if it wasn't such a pain, I would literally go into the other room
and get a Dos Equis. Go get a beer. Go get a fucking beer right now.
You have to. You have to go get a beer.
You guys have no idea.
You guys aren't ready.
This is really awesome. I can't wait. This is gonna pop. This is gonna absolutely sizzle.
It really will.
But anyways, Gatorade brings us to one of our 2 betting controversies for the Super Bowl, which was in the few states that do allow a Gatorade prop bet. Like 10 minutes before the Gatorade was actually poured on Mike McDonald, they showed the Seahawks sidelines like a witch's coven hovering over their exotic brew of Gatorade. And it was very obviously lime/yellow, which is all one bet because a million years ago, they differentiated those 2 colors. And a guy got doused, and the green people thought they won, and the yellow people thought they won, and it was a huge argument. So the sportsbooks just paid out everyone for both colors. So now green and yellow are just on the same betting line. It's like when you have one of those weird horse races where you have horse 1 and then horse 1A. So if you bet on horse 1, you get both horses. And I found out that's if both horses are owned by the same guy. That's when they do that.
Oh. So
that you can't, that guy couldn't have like competing horses against each other in low stakes races. But so they literally just showed that it was going to be green/yellow that was going to get dumped on Mike McDonald like 10 minutes before he got hit with it. So if you were in one of the few states that could run over there and make a bet, oh man, you needed to hammer that shit on that fucking Gatorade because they gave you the answer to the test. They told you what was going to happen. Okay. Oh dear God, she just blacked out. This is so powerful. What's about to happen?
Like, yes.
We need a dramatic fade in for this thing. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
The thing is I'm kind of expecting her to be in some sort of stereotypical Mexican garb. But what would be most incredible is if she actually like came back and was like had the white hair and the white beard of the most interesting man in the world. And I was like, oh my God, she just cosplayed a Dos Equis ad perfectly. There he is. Oh, it's so good. Oh man.
Hey,
I love it. I love that. Oh, it's so good. Back him up. You're cutting his head out of the camera. When you had him backed up, he was better.
I know. I'm just too close to the wall.
So you should have put him in your chair. Like,
yeah. Boom.
And just sit behind him and talk. Be like,
yeah. His mother has a tattoo that reads "son." Yeah, I love it.
Knocking things over. All right, hold on there.
There we go.
He has a personality so magnetic he can't use credit cards. I love it. I love all the zingers they wrote up for that guy. What a bit. What an incredible bit.
He's just here now.
Yes, he is.
Like, look at he's not even like he doesn't even have to say anything, and he's just oozing charisma.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's like
so much Riz.
Yes.
What?
But you know who didn't have Riz?
No, I can't. I'm not even. I don't want to know why you have.
I don't care. The lore could never possibly be satisfying enough.
Doesn't matter.
There's no way.
We can tell you after.
But what I was gonna say is the guy who didn't have Riz was the Dancer Insider. So I have mentioned on this podcast, somehow, some way we got into Kalshi, but I've mentioned that prediction markets are a scam. And I've definitely mentioned it on my real podcast where like more than 3 people listen to it. Like 7 people listen to that one. It's incredible. But Kalshi is a scam. And one of the things that Kalshi basically allows is for people to insider trade. And what happened is somebody who was one of the dancers, one of the people that was doing the halftime show with Bad Bunny, he knew what was going to happen during the halftime show. So he made 1 million bets on various people either performing or not performing on the halftime show. So, of course, he had Lady Gaga pegged. And I don't know if anyone else did any vocals, but he had them pegged too. But what happened is he had like Cardi B and other people as not performing, and they did a pan of like the bodega where like Bad Bunny was like hanging out and all the people were there, and they did this like crowd shot and all these people are dancing and getting their groove on, and Cardi B and a bunch of those people were in that crowd dancing. And on Kalshi's website, it says that dancing is performing. So all this guy's bets on all those people who were just in the crowd dancing lost. Because according to Kalshi's rules, them being on screen and dancing is a performance. They were performing.
That's so not the guy gets out.
What'd you say?
That's not even the one I saw, the controversy.
Oh, so what'd you see?
So the one I saw was that a bunch of the dancers bet on the first song that was being performed because they all knew. And everybody was like, oh my God, is that legal? Is that legal? And the conclusion that Kalshi came to was that as long as they had not signed an NDA, that they weren't allowed to say what the first song is, then they can bet on the first song. But if they signed an NDA, then they can't. Because it violates the NDA.
So what Kalshi is telling you is insider trading is legal. So if you get any information, just fucking scam people and make money.
And then the other thing that came out was that there's a prediction market on the prediction market.
Yes, there's prediction market derivatives. Yeah, there's a prediction market derivative where someone made a market that was like, will Christ return by the end of 2017 or something? And then it started moving around, and then another person made a derivative markets was will Christ return market hit 10% by this amount? So they're creating predictions on predictions. It's the biggest scam in the history of scams. I mean, it's like it was so easy to manipulate the original market to make the secondary market hit. I mean, it's just like literally just crime. Kalshi is just crime. And I know that Kalshi's being sued in one state. I know Polymarket's also being sued in another state because all of this shit is totally fucking illegal and absolutely a scam. So yeah, highly recommend. Sponsored by Kalshi next week. Oh yeah. Oh, absolute biggest hypocrite in the world. But, I mean, what's so sick is for the last 3 months in the NBA, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, the star player of the Milwaukee Bucks, basically let it be known. He's like, hey, I want to trade. I want to get out of fucking Milwaukee. You people have built I know we won a title a long time ago, but you haven't built a good team around me. This sucks. I want to go somewhere good where if I don't win, at least I'm in a big market and I'm not in fucking Milwaukee. And Kalshi then starts a bunch of prediction markets. Where will Giannis end up? And everything comes and goes. Giannis ends up staying in Milwaukee. He doesn't get traded. And then after the trade deadline passes, suddenly Giannis posts on social media, hey, everybody, I'm now sponsored by Kalshi. And it's just, so you're saying you started those rumors to get Kalshi markets up about where you're going to get traded to. You did not get traded, and now you are actively partnered with Kalshi. Like that, how is that legal? How did the NBA not step in and say, no, you can't fucking do that? Stop. I mean, oh my God.
I don't see how anybody, they shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a prediction market because
the thing is that, let's say that a team makes a deal and Giannis's agent calls him up and says, hey, Giannis, it's all signed up and done. You're going to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then Giannis is like, hey, don't tell anyone for 3 hours. And then Giannis tells his people, and then they all start hammering Kalshi.
Being involved in anything like that, and it's not even even if he never really places a bet, right? Because you don't know what prop bets are going to pop up. So let's say he stays where he is and he keeps playing, right? And somebody puts up a prop bet that says, is he going to get injured this game?
Oh, they can make any bet they want. Yeah.
Right. And he gets injured. Did he really?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Even if he did actually get injured, that's always going to be a question because he's sponsored by these people.
And the thing is that Kalshi, as far as I know, is totally unregulated, and you can just it's the Wild West. Because earlier this year, I forget what team this guy was on, but there was a pitcher, and he was throwing balls to start innings, and DraftKings, FanDuel, whoever, alerted people that, hey, we're getting way too much action on these live pitch ball strike bets, because usually we get I don't know, $5,000 on these bets. We got $80,000 on these pitches. Something is wrong. And it basically turned out this idiot was running a betting network where he was telling his buddies, hey, in the third inning and then the fifth inning, I'm just going to throw one in the dirt to start the inning and just take a ball. So just hammer a ball on my first pitch in those innings and make some money. And now he's been indicted.
Yeah, that was 3 or 4 different teams too that were doing it, or 3 or 4 different pitchers, I think. Something.
Well, I know one got indicted. I know one and with his buddy are facing serious throw the book at him kind of legal situations, because they really want to make an example out of these guys to be like, hey, do not fucking tamper with the integrity of the game to get your pals fucking $10,000. You're a goddamn millionaire. You're a baseball pitcher. What are you doing? Why are you so fucking horny that you got to get your friends a few bucks? Calm down. Just give it to them yourselves. They don't try to rob DraftKings for it. Jesus. So that has happened. But that's the thing, is that if someone if that guy literally told his buddies, "Hey, I'm gonna throw balls," and then Kalshi started a bet prediction market on that, there would be no regulation. Like Kalshi would not run to anybody and be like, "Hey, something shady's going on." Kalshi is just
like Polymarket. Technically, people in the U.S. are not supposed to bet on it, but they do. But Kalshi is wide open, isn't it?
Yeah, Kalshi is like legal in all 50 states. Just the most totally corrupt and aggressive thing in the world. I will start. It would be impossible for me to get paid off on it. I would start a prediction market on Kalshi, being like, "Will Kalshi be outlawed by 2029?" And like, be like, "I win," but now they can't pay me because it's illegal to pay me for this bet on this site.
So will Gatorade sponsor us?
Yes. Oh, come on, Gatorade. Let's start a Kalshi market. The no being at $99 is going to be. They're going to look real foolish when we get that endorsement. Oh man. But yeah, so again, thank you, New England Patriots, for laying such an incredible egg. We're talking Bad Bunny and Kalshi insider trading. Just, oh man, what a rough. And what's so? Go ahead, V-Ron. I thought
you're on mute.
You're on mute, V-Ron.
Sorry, I said, and also we're talking about Larry Lakeington.
Yes, Larry Lakeington. He's the greatest. His beautiful.
Which really isn't anything even to break down or go back over with that. Everything was bad.
Yeah, but basically, I mean, the only thing I will break down in the sense that like it's one of the small slivers of joy you can have as a Patriots fan from that game, and it doesn't impact you or my life in any way, shape, or form. Unless I bet on it on Kalshi, but boy howdy did Christian Gonzalez ball out and do everything he could to try to save the Patriots. That dude is going to get so aggressively paid this offseason, and good for him. If you can't get the ring, get the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, boy howdy is that man going to get paid. I have like a I don't know, I wouldn't even call them like an internet friend. They're more like an internet associate. Like they retweet me a lot. I reply to them a lot. I know them. I've never DM'd with them or anything, but like he is a Raiders fan, and he said basically the year Christian Gonzalez got drafted, he was like he's like Al Davis would have committed crimes to have drafted Christian Gonzalez, because Al Davis's thing was just draft the best athlete because fucking better athletes ride better players, and it's like, I don't know, a 6'1" cornerback who can run with really fast people. That's really good. You should probably have that guy on your team. It was just like,
he was definitely. I mean, he was the reason that there weren't more touchdowns in that game.
Right. He knocked 2 touchdowns off the board. I mean, he was doing everything in his power. I saw a meme. It was I don't know where the video was originally from, but it was just a video of a guy. It was like one black kid is standing and 4 other black kids are on couches. And the kid that's standing is like, "I am not responsible for what happened. You are all trash. And to let you know how trash you are, I'm going to name you individually and then call you trash." And then the video cut out. But it was
there was another bet.
What'd you say?
That reminds me of trash. There was another bet. They said that the guy that ran on the field bet on will a fan run on the field during the Super Bowl, and then he got out there and did it himself.
Oh yeah, of course he did. But I think is they won't. I'm sure they won't pay that.
Yeah, and they didn't show it. They didn't show it during the game.
You can't do it.
Yeah, there was a clip afterwards, but it was what was it? Kyle Williams, Patriots special teams. That actually
receiver. Yeah, he almost blew the guy out. Yeah. Could have had that urgency on offense, Kyle. Could have gone harder when it was in the game.
What do you think about? I mean, he was out there because he was supposed to return a punt. I think, though, so he was in his special teams mode. But what do you think about the fight that they didn't do anything about? Fists were thrown.
They were open-handed slaps, and also like, I mean, I didn't care because it was just they were just.
It seemed like they were airing that. There were very few penalties called in the game, right? It seemed like they were erring on the side of just let them fucking play, which is kind of nice. But I mean, because a lot of times they're wrong. I mean, they missed one right on that first series, didn't they? I can't remember what it was. It was an offsides or something.
No, there was an offsides like in the middle of the second quarter on a 4th down. The Patriots were punting. Seattle jumped offsides. They didn't call it.
Yeah.
If they called it, we would have got a first down. But it's just, I just can't. Of all the things in the world I could possibly have emotions over, like the referees maybe missing a call, it just would have made Drake make yards or get his ass kicked a little harder. So I mean, like,
and I kind of felt, because I felt like, when they did the touchdown and all that kind of stuff. The Patriots got the touchdown and all that kind of stuff. They came back out, and it seemed like they had kind of gotten a groove going. There was a little bit of rhythm to them, and then something happened, and they just had to stop for a while. I think somebody got hurt. I sort of killed it. And I was like, ew, because
I have no recollection of any of this.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the Patriots ever being good in the game.
It was only like 3 plays. I mean, that's as far as they got.
Game sucked. This is now 2 dud Super Bowls in a row last year. I mean, it's really incredible that the Patriots get this absolute ass paddling of a game, and it was still better than the Chiefs' performance from last year. I mean, that is incredible that you could take this kind of a beating and then be like, it wasn't as bad as last year. I mean, just wow. I mean, Kansas City set the bar so low. Thank you for letting the Patriots clear your low bar.
I have an idea. I know Scarlett doesn't have the camera on the die. But last year, since we're talking about last year was a bird. This year was a bird. Bird Bowl?
Are we getting a third bowl? No, a third bird champion is the question.
Yeah,
would be.
You should roll the die and find out if we're getting
any
bird.
Well, so the first thing we have to actually... What'd you say, Christina?
Does it have to be a different bird?
Oh, no, it can be any bird. But I'm trying to set our odds here, because how many birds do we have in the NFL?
I think we got 5.
6. 5? I think we got 6. So we got the Falcons, the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Ravens. And is there another one? Yeah, that's 5. Is there another NFL bird teams? One of the autofills was bird versus cat teams. Yep, it's 5. So you were right. It's 5. And there are 4 birds. Now. There are 4 cats. Lions, Panthers, Jaguars, and Bengals.
Okay.
So 5 out of 32 is like 1 in 6, but we'll give them a little bit more than a 1 in 6. We'll give them like a 1 in 4. So 15 or more, we get another bird champion next year.
All right.
That won't be the Cardinals.
It's a 4.
Nope, no bird.
Okay.
0 bird.
Well, it's supposed to be
no birds even make the AFC or NFC championship games. We're birded out at this point.
No bird.
I think there will be an animal in it. I think the Bears will be in it.
Well, there's a fuck ton of animals. I mean,
aren't they predicting?
Wait, what did you say?
No, I was going to say it's the same thing. If they're based off of the logos that's been, it's supposed to be Bears Dolphins.
Well,
logo color theory.
Well,
because there's a lot of orange and teal.
Also be Broncos. It could be also Broncos Eagles, because that's another orange green matchup. But I
don't think it'll be Bears.
So Christina, so here's the thing I'm going to pitch to you, because you're the person here who understands football a little bit, anyways. Beyond the 2 dodos on the other side.
A little bit.
Last year the Chiefs get mollywopped by the Eagles. This year the Seahawks crushed the Patriots. If I gave you next year NFC -4 over AFC, which side of that bet do you take? NFC laying 4 points in the Super Bowl against the AFC. Are you confident the NFC is going to cover that, or are you going to take the underdog AFC?
I'm going to go NFC, yeah.
You're going to NFC laying the 4. Fair. I think it's close. That's why I set the line at 4. and also because I have a stupid soft spot for an AFC team this year. So,
Uh-oh.
and it ain't the Patriots. I'm gonna make that clear right now. It's not. I'm not doing this Homer bandwagon bullshit where I'm like, we're gonna be back. Don't you count us out? No, I'm not doing that shit. I'll be very happy if the Patriots make the playoffs next year, given the tougher schedule and all the hardship that's going to come from like going to the Super Bowl and getting your doors blown off. But yeah, but so you said Bears. So who is your Super Bowl champion for next year? Like what's the Super Bowl for you, and who wins it?
I mean, ideally, it would be Washington.
Yeah.
But
Well,
given the huge swing in performance, I mean, given the huge, we should be swinging back the other way next year, right?
Yeah, you'd hope the pendulum would swing the other way this time.
We are a 50-50 team, and we're in the other half of that 50 next year, so we're going to be on the winning side. But I can't guarantee we're going to be that winning.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. There's no, really, but I'd have to sit and think, because there's a few teams that seem like they just needed just this little,
I understand that. I mean that's the fun of making a ridiculously long range prediction. So for me, I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Every 3 or 4 years I get addicted to them. I'm just this idiot sucker for the Jags.
Well, we can draw George Jaggington all the time.
Yeah. I'm there. I mean,
fit color theory.
Yes,
he does. True.
The teal does fit color theory. Jags, Bears. There's really not a lot of orange in the NFC. The NFC is pretty oranged out. Although again, the AFC's got the Bengals, Browns, and Broncos, so the AFC is a little more intense on the orange. The unfortunate thing is that this was the year the AFC was the designated home team, and the Patriots went with the whole Road Warrior bullshit, so they wore the white, which means that if the Ravens get their shit together and make the bowl, they won't be wearing purple unless the NFC team like switches up on them. So it's like, I got to root for the Vikings to get my purple bowl. But going back to the bowl real quick. Great job, Vikings, letting the Super Bowl champ slip out of your building. Looking at Sam Darnold being like, oh, this kid can't do it. We got J.J. McCarthy. We got number 9 on our roster. Hit the bricks, slinging Sammy Darnold. Smell you later, buddy. And now
I think every
Sam Darnold.
Jets fan feels.
Well, I mean, the thing is that he was never going to do it with the Jets. I mean, that's the thing, is that like Jet fans just got to look at him and be like, yeah, I mean, the Jet fans, that's their relationship where like she was into drugs, her life was a wreck, everything sucked. She got her life together and was doing really good in Minnesota, and then they dumped her anyways. And then she goes to Seattle, and now she's a superstar, and now she's a queen. So I mean, it's like if you're a Jets fan, you're like, oh, I did her wrong. She was right to get away from me, and you're 6 Jack and Cokes in, and it's 11 in the morning. I mean, that's your life. But if you're Minnesota, it's like, really, we kicked that out of bed for J.J. McCarthy. That was our plan. That was what we did. I mean, it's like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Minnesota? So yeah, I mean.
So my question: do you think Denver would have gotten in there if they hadn't lost a quarterback?
Oh, 100%. Denver beats New England 10 out of 10 times, given the way the Bronco Patriot game played out. If they had Bo Nix, they beat us 10 out of 10 times, and Seattle crushes them. Maybe not as decisively, but I don't think Denver has much of a better chance. I think Bo Nix is just as shitty as Drake May in that game. I just think that Seattle's defense was too powerful, and it's really kind of weird because it's just like the NFL has adjusted all the rules to make offense better and like more scoring, more fantasy, more over-unders, more anytime touchdowns, more Kalshi betting markets illegally, like all of that. And the last 2 years, the Super Bowl's just been brick wall defense, just absolutely crushing the other team, just beating them to a pulp. And it's really weird because I can't imagine there's any more rules you could change to help the offense out. But
Yeah.
I'm sure the NFL isn't thrilled.
I just still thinking about the Super Bowl next year. I guess I would have to just stick with the Bears because when you think about it could have been a contender, bunch of teams.
Right. Like
there's not the 49ers. I mean, they had a little juice, but not a whole lot. The Rams just never really. I mean, they sucked in the end.
The Rams. The thing is that the Rams are the bridesmaid right now because they played the Eagles down. They had the Eagles by the throat. They were inside the 20.
Yeah.
Touchdown to win against Philadelphia in the divisional round. And then they gave up a sack, and that was it. And then that blew them up, and then they didn't convert it. But in the snow, they're a dome team in the snow in Philly, and they had them. They had the Eagles on the ropes, and they just couldn't put them away. And then this year, they played a representative game against the Seahawks. I mean, they should have lost to the Bears. Like, make no mistake there. The Rams absolutely should have lost that game to Chicago. But when they played Seattle in Seattle, that was a close, competitive, back-and-forth game. And if that Ram doesn't fall on his ass while trying to field that punt, and then the punt hits him and gives Seattle that ball, I mean, maybe the Rams win that game if that guy doesn't fall on his ass like that. So it's like, you just have the Rams.
For next year is that my bold prediction for next year is that Philly is not going to make the playoffs.
The boldness of that is the fact that would require one of the other dog shit teams in that division to win it. And that is rough because Dallas, the Giants, and the Commanders are. I mean, I hope your Commanders turn it around, but
they were not the worst NFC division for once. So.
Oh no, but
you know.
But this is one of the reasons why I like Jacksonville next year is that they are playing the NFC East for their out of conference opponents. So it's like the Jaguars. Come on, little Instagram post, blow up for me. There we go. So it's like next year they play the AFC North, which means they get the Browns, the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Steelers, who were all supposed to be really scary, but really weren't. And there's now a lot of talk that Aaron Rodgers might come back for another year with the Steelers, which, oh man, God. I mean, holy shit. What are we... Pittsburgh, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro?
The Ravens are one of my perpetual disappointments because they have so much... They have, like... there's just so much talent floating around on that team from year to year. It's not always the same people, but they've always got some breakout stars. They've had Lamar the whole time, whatever.
Right.
When what's his name? When Hollywood was on the team and everything. I mean, it's always this is going to be their year. This is going to be their year, and they just never.
They just brick it. Yeah, they're the most frustrating team.
They hit like concrete at right. 2 tiers down, and that's it.
It's just so the Ravens are just so frustrating. Basically, it's like the Ravens and the Bills. There's just these two teams, and you're like Josh Allen's going to figure it out this year, and then they blow it. And you're like Lamar Jackson's going to figure it out this year, and he blows it. And it's just, can one of you idiots just finally get over the hump and quit screwing up? And they just can't do it. They can't. Well, help themselves.
Wonder if Lamar Jackson. I gotta wonder. I know he's a Raven. I know he wants to stay a Raven. He's a Raven. Whatever, they believe in him. He's not a running back. I get that, but I gotta wonder if he had gone to another team instead of re-signing with the Ravens, whether he would have had more success. And I don't, as a quarterback, of course, but it seems like the organization. Like he's basically the standout, the consistent standout talent over the years of disappointment, except when he was injured, and they've never really been able to give him what he needs. I guess I don't know, and now he's not playing like himself.
I would say that's true for the last couple years, but 3 years ago when the Chiefs beat the Niners in the Super Bowl, by literally all metrics, the Raven, like all the advanced analytics that all the nerds love, that Ravens team was like basically one of the best teams of the last 25 years. It was an absolute wagon of a team. And then they just fucked up that AFC title game and lost it to the Chiefs. And I don't think that the roster construction was great. Everything was, the team just looked solid everywhere, but the team just gagged on the field that week. They just blew it. And I mean, they were home. They were favored. I think they were a 3.5 or a 4-point favorite. Like, they were just, the Chiefs were being held together with duct tape and bubble gum. This was the Ravens year, and they blew it. And I just can't, like, fault the Ravens organization for that one. But the thing that's so crazy, when you meant, but the thing that's so crazy, just
when something like that happens, I mean, like I felt with the Patriots in the Super Bowl just this last week, it really seemed like Drake May got the yips. But with that, it seemed more organizational.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's organizational that Zay Flowers got stripped at the 1 yard line and the Chiefs recovered it. I mean, that game was a bunch of crazy plays that just went the other way. What'd you say?
Yeah. Shit happens kind of game.
Yeah, but I mean, but it was like, it was Harbaugh didn't adjust. The team was rattled. I mean, the Chiefs basically got 2 touchdowns right away, then just like turtled up and held on for dear life, and they stole it. And Baltimore was the better team, and they blew it. And it was really frustrating because as I again have mentioned many times, they would have worn purple in the bowl that year. I was so looking forward to it, and then I just had to watch Mahomes in the fucking red beat the goddamn Niners, and it's like, fuck you prick. But
I think Mahomes is done.
Oh, well, I mean, I hope so. From your lips to God's ears, but
yeah, I think
we'll see.
I think he's always going to be Mahomes. He's always going to have a little spark to him, whatever. But I think he's going to be, the next traveling backup.
Oh no, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that will ever happen.
Traveling replacement, I should say, not backup.
I don't. I think if Mahomes ever got to the point where he wasn't a starting quarterback, he would just retire. I think he would just say, "Yeah, I've got infinite money. I've got 3 rings." I don't think Patty Mahomes is going to be holding a clipboard anywhere, hoping that the New Orleans Saints starting quarterback gets injured so he gets a chance to go in and sling the rock around a little. It's like in sumo wrestling in Japan, you can get demoted or promoted at all ranks, but when you make the ultimate rank, which is Yokozuna, which is where that name came from in WWE, when you get to Yokozuna, you can never be demoted from Yokozuna. But what basically happens is if you start sucking, the Association of Sumo basically taps you on the shoulder and says, "Buddy, you need to retire right now. You're disgracing the title of Yokozuna."
Oh, I thought you were going to say they made him, fall on a sword or something.
Oh no, they just they make you start a stable. They make you retire. They make you become a trainer. Yeah, there's no seppuku nowadays. We're a little past that, but
okay,
good. But it's like,
it's
it's a thing where you can never lose the rank of Yokozuna. You just have to leave the sport, and that's Patrick Mahomes. He's Yokozuna. He can't get demoted. But like Roger Goodell would be like, "Buddy, you're not backup quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. That ain't happening." So yeah. So
other than like the offensive line, what kind of changes would you make to the Patriots?
Oh, the defensive line was murderous. They were killing them. Offensive line. Well, no, they need skill. They had no wide receivers that were any name. There's all the talk about how A.J. Brown respects Mike Vrabel and he'd love to be a Patriot. If they could swing that deal for a 3rd round draft pick or lower, I know he's just trying to shoot his way out of Philly. I'd be totally in favor of that. They just need skill. They need better pass catchers. They need better offensive line. That's it. I mean, like the defense showed. The defense was elite all playoffs long. They beat the shit out of everybody, but they need receivers. They need people that can actually like do stuff to threaten the defense.
What about the Seahawks? I know they won, but it was ugly, right? So what do you think would have made that a 4 or 5 touchdown game instead?
Well, I don't know. The thing is that, again, it just couldn't hurt them to have more, like a second wide receiver. Cooper Kupp's not great. I mean, everyone after JSN. I mean, all the nerd stats I was listening to, he had like the highest target share. He was either first or second in the entire NFL in target share. Like there were all these crazy stats, like all the shit that was giving me false hope going into this game, where it was like the Seahawks offense when passes are going to JSN is good. The Seahawks offense when passes are not going to JSN is bad. It was just this literally he is so game warping. He is so powerful. And like me, like the idiot Patriot homer, is like, Gonzalez is going to lock him down. Then what are they going to do? And the answer was, it didn't even matter. He got concussed in the middle of the game, left for 2 quarters, faked his concussion report, and got back on the field, and it didn't even matter. So, I mean, the Seahawks need a number 2 wide receiver,
but on the
basically.
other hand, on the other side of that, Drake May missed most of his passes by yards. He was overthrowing, underthrowing, throwing into 12 people. It was bad decision making there.
But what do you want to do? Bench Drake May? We're going to trade him? I mean, you can't get rid of Drake May.
But what good would what good would skill have done if
you have skill, you have confidence that your guys are going to win their routes. You have confidence that they're going to make their plays. There was no one on there's no wide receiver we had that threatened any Seahawks, the Seahawks secondary. They were all blanketed the whole game. They were smothered. I mean, there's no one that could have done anything. I mean, obviously, number one, the offensive line has to be improved because May was getting the piss beat out of him the entire postseason. But the problem is that we've got this fucking short-armed guard at tackle, and Vrabel has even come out and said he's going to stay at tackle. So it's like, well, I hope to God you fucking figure it out, Will Campbell, because if you don't, we're fucked. Yeah, our little T-Rex, our little Jurassic Park T-Rex, like puttering around. But I mean, it's really, and I mean, the Patriots, I think, are going to be in a really good spot because they have infinite cap money, and now they're a team that people are going to want to play for. Offensive players are going to want to play with Drake May. People are going to want to get coached by Vrabel. We're going to be an attractive destination, but the schedule is going to be much harder next year. You're going to have the real short off season of having played 4 bonus games, and that's going to be tough. You have the Super Bowl hangover of getting your ass kicked in the bowl. So it's like for the first months of the season, you're like, this shit doesn't even matter, and it sucks. It's really hard to go to the bowl, get your ass kicked, and come back from it. Basically the only teams that do that are teams that have like done it a lot. Like the Patriots managed to overcome that back in the Brady era, but with this young, hungry team just getting thumped like that, it's gonna be really tough. It's gonna be really tough for them to do anything, which is why the Jacksonville Jaguars are beautiful. They're the teal wearing terrors of the AFC South. And
so is that going to be like the team you talk about next year?
Well, Scarlett gets the Patriots. I'll probably take the Jags. I mean, that's fine with me. I'm totally and I can fall back on anyone else after that as events warrant. But I mean, like I've looked at, this is the thing. Jacksonville's schedule is the AFC North, which has all those mediocre teams. The NFC East, which is Philly, and then again a bunch of mediocrity. And they play their own shit division, which sucks. They got the Colts, the Titans, the Texans. The Texans are okay, but so I mean they're probably going to go 5-1 in their division because everyone else sucks. And I mean, they're going to beat the Giants. They're going to beat the Giants. They're going to beat the Cowboys. They probably beat the Commanders. Philly might be a fight. They're going to beat the Browns. They're going to beat the Bengals. They're going to beat the Steelers. I mean, you look at their schedule and it's like everyone's going to do everyone's going to do to Jacksonville what they did to us this year. They're like, they haven't played anybody. It's all soft. This is bullshit. And it's like, yeah, sometimes you draw the soft schedule. Because they won their division and we won their division, the Patriots are at Jacksonville next year. So that's going to be, they haven't played anybody when the Jags hang 30 on us and just thump us. It's going to be great. But I just think that it's what you said about how like the Bears barely lost to the Rams. That was a real close game. It's like the Jags were firing on all cylinders. They go into the playoffs. They get a couple unlucky breaks on a few plays against the Bills. Bills pull it out. And it's like, if Jacksonville wins that game, they go to Denver.
Like the Bills should have been there at all.
They made it. I mean, there was no other team in the AFC better than Buffalo. I mean, we got 7 playoff teams. You couldn't name an 8th team that was better. I mean, the AFC was. I mean, the Chargers were pretty bottom of the barrel as it was. I mean, there was no one below Los Angeles. You're like, oh shucks, the Colts didn't get in. Like, I mean, the Colts had a 45-year-old man playing quarterback, and it wasn't Tom Brady. I mean,
That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome.
That would have been great to see Phil Rivers die on the field in the playoffs.
I mean, they had a good start. They had a good start of the season, the Colts.
Yeah, the Colts had a great start of the season, and oh god, I had to watch Pat McAfee like fucking cranking it every week about the Colts are going to the bowl, and then that died a death. I mean, it would have been nice if the Colts had made it to the playoffs and played the Texans, and Philip Rivers actually got killed by that Texans defense. That would have been magical. I mean, but I just think that soft schedule, good offense, solid defense, and the Jags got money to spend. And again, they're going to be attractive. I mean, you get to live in Florida. You get like no state income tax, no cold, all that good stuff. You get to win a lot of games because your division sucks. So, I mean, I feel like it's really tough to think between Buffalo and New England who's going to win the division next year. Just we got to see if Buffalo's going to actually like fucking fix their shit or not. But I mean, I'll just win Buffalo because I don't want to be a homer. But it's like Buffalo wins their division, Jacksonville wins the South. I guess the Broncos win the West because I don't trust the Chiefs at all. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to be working at fucking In-N-Out Burger, but I don't think the Chiefs are going to make it. And then I pray the Ravens win the North. I mean, because Jesus Christ, come on, Ravens, quit sucking. And then it's like, who are your 3 wild cards at that point? Like Kansas City, New England, and somebody else. I don't know. I mean, the Chargers, the Texans. What'd you say?
I said like all the same.
Yeah. But it's like I just think that it's really just tough for me to see like there being a massive overturn of the current order. Like everyone always talks about how like there's 4 teams that like made the playoffs last year, they miss them, and then 4 new teams come in and replace them. But I just don't see anyone in the AFC being that like shocking worst to first kind of thing. Like the Raiders, maybe. I mean, the Raiders, they're going to have the number 1 pick. They're going to draft this Mendoza kid. They signed the offensive coordinator of the Seahawks to be their head coach. I mean, like you could talk me into a Raider revival. It wouldn't be like impossible. They could do it. I mean, last year they were killed because Geno Smith was dog shit. What'd you say, Christina?
Isn't the bowl supposed to be in LA next year?
It's coastal. I know that because it's because the logo is
got some waves on it.
Yeah, the
Raiders do not fit color theory.
So,
the Raiders are aggressively do not fit color.
What are the odds that somebody who's butthurt over the NFL not liking him anymore and getting booed at the games just moves the whole Super Bowl to the lawn of the White House?
It would be really tough because it's really far away. It is in LA. It is in SoFi. That's where the Super Bowl is. And so what I want to look at here is
could you imagine it's in SoFi and then they're like, we're going to Disney, but it's Disney World and they have to go to Florida.
They'll just go to Disneyland. They'll just literally hop on a bus and go right to Disneyland direct.
Especially if it's the Jags, because they live right there at Disney, you know.
Right.
Well, they're not. It's Florida-wise, it's not close, but
yeah,
compared to Disney,
right?
Yeah,
in California, but so they have. I mean, California's kind of loading it up, right? They've got this Super Bowl, next Super Bowl, and then they've got the Olympics.
Oh wow! Yeah, do it before California breaks off on the fault line. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might become their own country by then. I don't know.
So that's true. That was a thing talked about at some point.
the NCR, the New California Republic from Fallout. So the Rams and Seahawks are the co-favorites to win the bowl next year at plus 950
the price
each.
to get into Super Bowl for next year is 27 bottle caps.
Yes. The
Of
Bills.
what?
The
Of
Bills
Dos
are 11
Equis
to
or
1.
Gatorade?
Yeah. The Bills are 11 to 1 to make the bowl, and I will book anyone who wants to make that bet. If you want the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl, I will gladly give you 11 to 1 odds on that. I think Buffalo is not great. I think they may actually be bad. So I would be super happy to take your action on that. The Eagles and Ravens and Patriots are all 13 to 1. I will book your Patriot action also. Patriots are not making it back. Lions are 14 to 1. Packers are 14 to 1. Chargers and Chiefs are 15 to 1. I will book your Chiefs action. No faith in the Chiefs at all. My Jaguars are 22 to 1. That is value. That is awesome. I would be very happy with that. Oh, so people did mention this right before the bowl that the Seahawks were like 60 to 1 to make the bowl this year, and the Patriots were like 80 to 1. So this was like the biggest long shot bowl in forever, like for the longest time. And the only bigger long shot in recent memory to win the bowl was the Rams at 150 to 1. And that was because in the final preseason game, or it was a preseason game, their starting quarterback blew his knee out and he was done. And that's when Kurt Warner got the job. And Kurt Warner was just a bum. And then, oh shit, Kurt Warner's incredible at football. Oh my God, the Rams are incredible. Yeah, so it was just like just accidentally stumbling into a gold mine in the form of Kurt Warner saving the Rams from annihilation. But so I like the Jags at 22 to 1. The Texans at 20 to 1. Because again, we just saw it. Brick wall defense wins the Super Bowl. And if CJ Stroud hadn't thrown the ball to the Patriots 50 times, maybe the Texans take care of business there. There was a tweet that was obviously a person with the power of foresight, and they said, if CJ Stroud and Sam Darnold can hold on to the ball, this is the freest Super Bowl ever. And then it turned out that CJ Stroud could not hold on to the ball. So it was like, beans. But yeah, the Texans have a scary defense, but we'll see, because as bad as the Patriots' offensive line was, Houston's offensive line, woof, woof. They were hideous. So
what are the odds on the Commanders in there?
Odds on the Commanders, they were 60 to 1. You're getting great value on the burgundy and gold. Here is the trivia question for everyone here. Who are the two teams with the worst odds to win the Super Bowl next year?
Titans and Cardinals.
Oh, what'd you say, Vieron?
Dolphins.
You got them. Dolphins are one of them.
Sorry. Sorry, Uncle Dolphin.
Yeah. What did everyone else say?
Cardinals.
You're right. That's it. Dolphins, Cardinals are the two worst odds on the board to win the Super Bowl.
Come on, Cardinals. Bird Bowl. Prove the die wrong.
Okay. Now, who are the next two worst odds to make the Super Bowl?
Saints and Titans.
I'm the Saints until you say yes.
The Saints are actually kind of mid shit pack. They're 100 to 1.
Oh.
So the Dolphins and Cardinals were 200 to 1. They were double as bad as the Saints.
Wow.
The two teams I'm talking about here are 180 to 1. So they're
I know
very
Christina
bad.
said Saints and Titans. Was the Titans one of them?
Nope, the Titans are not one of them. The Titans are also 100 to 1. They're also 100 to 1. Browns are they're the next worst team at only 150 to 1.
Oh my God.
What? No, stop watching it. Falcons.
Nope, the Falcons actually probably don't have that worst bad odds. Let's see, where are they? Falcons are 100 to 1. They're another 100 to 1.
Bengals.
Nope, no way. Bengals got a lot of. Bengals always are popular because they got a popping offense.
I'm just gonna sit here and name all the teams.
Cowboys.
That's fine. Bengals are 25 to 1. I mean, one of these two teams is unbelievably bad, and
The
everyone here.
Cowboys.
I just
No,
said
no,
the Cowboys.
Oh, I didn't
No.
hear you say that.
The Jets.
Cowboys are 35-1. You know, America's always going to bet the Cowboys up. What'd you say? What'd you say,
Jets.
Scarlett?
Christina said the Jets, and I said I forgot about the Jets.
It is the Jets. Jets are one of the two.
The
Mhm.
Giants.
Jets are one of the 180-1 shots.
The Giants.
The Giants. The Giants are only 100-1 somehow, which makes no sense. They're terrible. I will gladly book your action on the Giants. You can give me $10, and if the Giants win the Super Bowl, the Bucks. Oh no, the Bucks are good. The Bucks are a real team.
We hadn't mentioned them in any capacity
What about
yet.
the Raiders?
Ding! Veron got it. The
Hey.
Raiders. The Raiders. They have the number 1 overall draft pick. That means you're pretty fucking bad. So yeah.
Wait, that's what dawned on me. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
but they're not the worst.
They're picking first. That means they're really bad. Yeah. The Buccaneers are 40-1, which I will not book your action on that. Like at the start of the season, before the Buccaneers got really injured, Tampa Bay was terrifying. For like the first 10 weeks of the season, it was like, oh shit, Bucks are going to the bowl. So 40-1 on Tampa. If you showed me a betting slip where you put $20 down on that, I would not be upset about it. I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Again, dog shit division, Falcons, Saints, Panthers. I mean, Tampa can handle that division. No one in that division is any good. So yeah. And Kayla, when you hear this, I said that. Your Panthers suck. What are you going to do
she
about it?
won't hear this.
Nothing. Exactly. Of course not. Yeah. So yeah, and I wouldn't mind I mean, obviously the odds are going to come out later, but I wouldn't mind like a Raiders to make the playoffs bet. I mean, new coach, new quarterback, like everyone feeling good, and we
Maybe
saw
some
it. I
Tom
mean,
Brady
fucking Mike Vrabel
magic.
came in, kicked the Patriots' asses, got them to a bowl. I mean, it can happen. It can turn around real quick in the NFL. That's what makes the NFL so crazy. Is that again? The Seahawks were 60-1 and the Pats were 80-1 to make the bowl, and they both did. I mean,
Vegas is hurting really bad right now, so they really need the Raiders to do good for tourism.
Oh yeah, my mom actually went to a game. She actually was in the stadium for that game where the Patriots threw those laterals and killed themselves, and the stadium was very nice. She mentioned it was very like. And what's always crazy about these stadiums, and I noticed it when I was in Dallas, is that like the field is like just so small, and like the stadium is just like so bold around it. So you're just like all these tens of thousands of people like just looming over this like tiny little slice of land that the players were playing on. So yeah. So there you go. We covered the Super Bowl next year. The impending illegality of Kalshi. Veron's got her iPad crackling, ready to show us something. So, do you have an art?
I think about that sometimes. Just what you were talking about, the field being small, because when you're watching it on TV, it just looks huge. It looks like this big, long, and then every step they take, though, is 1.5 yards. And
right, exactly. You're like, wait, no, actually, it's really small if you think about it.
The field is the same length as my driveway. So,
right.
So when I put it in that perspective, I'm like, oh, that's it?
Or a yard, and you just think of a yardstick, and you're like, huh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and their average is like 5 feet, so it's kind of like.
It's like again when I went to Dallas, and the field was small, but when I went to where Kennedy got shot, and I was like on that street, I was like, wow, this is really small. Like, this is a really, really tiny slice of land where this happened. Like, you kind of imagined it was this big, long road. It's like, nope, really short road. Nope. And they got a couple X's on the pavement where like they got shot, and those X's are not very far apart from each other. You're like, oh, so he was here when he got shot once, and he was here when he got shot in the head. Oh, wow. That is not a great distance. This is small.
The one place that seems to be the opposite is the distance between the Lincoln Memorial and the Capitol.
Yes. Yes.
Because when you're watching it, you always see it from one perspective or the other, and then the monuments in the middle and the little pools and stuff, and it looks like it's just a quick little hop over there, and they have a concert in the middle and stuff. No, it's blocks and blocks, especially in the summertime when stuff's going on, and oh my god.
Yep.
Get us
way when I was in Vegas.
Yep. That was
We
exactly
walked
where
down-
I was going with
We
this.
walked down the strip. We were staying at the Riviera, and we walked down to Caesars, and then we kind of looked back, and we're like, we have to walk back to our hotel. And it was like so sunny, and like they even like it was for a conference, and like the professors had even said, like, don't be deceived. Like, it's very easy to be deceived by the Vegas Strip. And
Yes.
it's so true. It's so true. Like, you look down it and you're like, this isn't bad. And then you start walking and you're like, oh, this is far.
I had a friend who like did the whole it's not that far away kind of thing, and he literally had to stop at a tourist trap because he realized he had stopped sweating and he was actually undergoing heat stroke. And like he basically was just like, oh no, and he like dipped into this tourist trap and was like, he's like, I am about to consume all the water you have in your fridge. Like he just went in there and just like it wasn't quite jugs, but it was like those like 16 ounces, like the next thing below a jug, and he was just like three of those. Then he took like the fourth one, poured it over his head. Like he was just like, yeah, my body is I'm actually dying right now. I am actually shutting down. I need to pound water into my body right now in order to reactivate myself. He was, like there is nothing more dangerous than the Las Vegas Strip because all the buildings look so big, so they look so close. And then you look at your Apple Health count, and it's like, you have walked 40,000 steps today. And you're like, oh my God. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man. Yeah. The Vegas Strip is like the moment we started talking about that, I was going to bring up Vegas. That you brought up Vegas. I'm like, yeah, that is a real thing. And it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excuse me.
So, yep, Kalshi, that was the mermaid topic. That was like next year's bowl, this year's bowl, legal gambling, all that fun stuff. A bird will not win the Super Bowl next year. Take that, bird fans of bird teams. You've been defeated. Such is life.
We can't get a three-peat anywhere.
Yeah, can't get a three-peat anywhere. I mean, will a mechanical flying device win the bowl next year? You'd have to roll 4 20s in a row for that to count because there's only one, and it's the Jets, and they suck. As one of my friends has pointed out often, like there has to be a team named the Olympians because only the Olympians can beat the Titans. The Titans are obviously not beatable by anybody else. So yeah, I mean, for shame, Tennessee, for shame. You have the most powerful team in all the NFL and all of sports. You are literal gods. Not so much. Kind of suck, really. But yeah, so we may be back next week. We may not be. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what the plan is. This is all play by ear. But we'll figure something out. And if we don't, we'll see you in a while. And if we do, we'll see you next week. Bye, Mark. Bye. Beautiful.
Bye, Gatorade.